Hello, my friends, and welcome back to MTD CNC. Yes, you have caught me in India again, and we are having so much fun here. We're at Omni X, as you can see. We're standing in front of a HAAS machine. Quick summary, Omni X, 32 years ago, a couple of Czech brothers hopped over to the US, launched a company in Colorado, opened a second in Mexico, a third in Czech Republic, a fourth in India, 4 locations around the world supporting you globally. One of the global leaders, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that global leading company, as well as how HAAS, both locally and internationally, supports this amazing company. So my friend, thank you so much for being a part of MTD CNC.
I really do appreciate the opportunity you've given us to showcase some of the stuff what we're doing, not only for India, but also for the rest of the world. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for saying that. I do truly appreciate that. Let's talk a little bit about Omni X, the start, the journey, and your journey through Omni X as well.
Right. So Omni X was started by Alexander Shloka. Alexander was a Czech national, and he immigrated to the United States about 35 years ago and started this company called Omni X. Omni X means, as you would imagine, Omni means everything. And the X factor is the unknown factor. The unknown factor in tooling, that is where we are good at. That is why the dash X is there, to help you to uncover that, which we do very well.
That's clever. I like that a lot. And so you've been doing this here in India for about 3 years and expanded from 7 employees to what do we have now, and a couple of machines to how many machines?
So when we started in India, we had roughly 3 machines, and we had 7 employees. Today we have 23 employees, we have 61 customers, and we have 5 HAAS machines. And we have customers in China, we have customers in Singapore, we have customers in Thailand, we have customers also in Philippines, and Uzbekistan, and in the Middle East. We are serving about 7 countries from this location.
It's truly impressive. And you know, I do a lot of these interviews around the world, and I get to talk to so many amazing people similar to yourself. And when someone says, well, we started with a couple of machines and we're at this now. We started with a couple of customers, now we're at over 60, right? This shows to me the quality of what you're producing.
So Omni X is very, I would say, dedicated to our customer base in terms of not only are we the global leaders in tube bending, we also support the customer. Let's say a customer orders, an automotive customer orders a tool from us. We design the tool, we make sure the tool fits the specifications, and we also go over and help the customer to set up the tool and run off production parts on the machine. So we are the only company in the world offering a true end-to-end solution, right from design up to prove out. There's no other company who is capable of doing this as much as we have.
So we're standing in front of a HAAS right now, and this HAAS has a bar feeder. I know talking with you, you are really interested in doing that lights out production, and a bar feed helps with that, but you are a majority cutting steel on a regular basis. How has the bar feed helped you, and how has the HAAS supported your steel cutting?
So 2 things on this. I've been working with HAAS for almost 15-20 years now, and what I say about HAAS is that their designs are quite good, they're simple, they're rugged and effective. And when I mean effective, for the amount of money that you spend, you get the payback.
That is so true. And
so it is good value for money.
And you mentioned you're pulling gems from what you've invested in,
yes.
right?
Yes, we are doing quite well, and we are able to extract good amount of production from our HAAS machines. We do spend a lot of money on tooling, but in spite of that, we are able to use our machines effectively. Now, as regards cutting steel is concerned, yes, HAAS machines are able to cut steel and maintain the repeatability and accuracy over some time. We've been running these machines here now for the last 3 years, but our US and Mexico operations and our Czech Republic have run them for more than 10 years, and we have not found any major issues with them. The other advantage what we have here sitting in Bangalore is that our HAAS dealer is just about 2-3 kilometers away, let's say 2-3 miles away, and anytime we give him a shout, the guy just jumps in within half an hour. So it's a no-brainer to buy a HAAS.
Might I remind the audience right now that this is always unscripted, and this guy is better at my job than I am. This is legitimately one of those authentic conversations, and I love it. So I think it's important to focus or reiterate, here in India, there's a lot of aluminum being cut and there's steel being cut, but it's important to understand that when we're doing a process with a bar feed repetitively through the night, over and over again, we want to come into work and have quality parts, not a bunch of scrap, right? So the HAAS machine's tolerance remains there, and that's how you can run that lights out production.
Yes, there are a number of advantages with this particular machine. So one of the advantages is with this bar feeder. Why would I buy a HAAS bar feeder as opposed to another bar feeder? There are bar feeders made by other manufacturers in India which are a lot cheaper, less than 50% of this price. But why did I go for this? The reason is that the HAAS bar feeder also measures the distance it feeds the bar through. Okay? So what happens, the advantage you have is that you don't have rejections and you have that consistency and repeatability. And whenever we do a production run, and our guys set it up around 9 o'clock at night and they just leave, we are able to run about, I would say, between 50 and 60 parts totally unmanned. And why are we able to run only 60 parts is a number of things. First of all, we are running steel parts of pretty high accuracies. So the tooling inserts wear out. So we don't want to go beyond that, number one. And number two, we also use some of the programming functions in the HAAS control to constantly check for tool wear and make sure that the parts are consistent. We also have a inbuilt probing system to make sure that the parts what we produce unmanned do work and they meet the tolerance and geometric and tolerance requirements, manufacturing requirements.
Very well said. And speaking of these probing systems and 0-point systems, you're traditionally known as a high production shop, but you have an area of the shop that's a high mix, low volume area as well, where you implement some shunt vices and you've utilized the Manav Marketing Turnkey Center to make sure when these things arrive, you are ready to go from day one, right?
Absolutely. So here on our turning centers, we do have some production wherein we run parts of about 300-400 pieces, 500 pieces, sometimes even 100. But on our machining centers, we typically run only 1 or 2 parts. So we typically make about 10 or 12 different kinds of parts every single day. So one of the ways we do it is that we are using the Shunk 0-point system, wherein we can swap those vices in and out. And we also have equipped all our machines with a probing system. So what we do is when we put on the machine, the probe comes in, takes the datum very quickly, and then we synchronize the program. And secondly, we also have the tool measuring system. So all our tools offsets are taken quickly, so we do not waste too much time doing that. And that's how we're able to be efficient and make money on our machining centers.
Well, your colleague told me that you were born ready for an interview, and he was not lying. I think you nailed every aspect of this.
No. Thank you very much. It's very nice of you to say so.
Oh, you did a great job. And on behalf of MTD, we wish Omni X, yourself, your colleagues, all the success in the world moving forward.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate you, my friend.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate you gentlemen taking the time and coming down here.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.